The Rocket Spear is the newest hero equipment in Clash of Clans, and whilst it is going to be very expensive to max out, today I'm going to show you, even if you have it at level 15, it will improve your attacks and it is must use. Here are the stats for the level 15 Rocket Spear. Whilst this is nowhere near max, it is still very useful in every single attack strategy, and today I'm going to show you how to use this with the top 3 attack strategies at Town Hall 16. The first attack strategy is Root Rider double overgrowth spam. Now you'll see I'm only bringing 8 Root Riders here. We're bringing some extra super barbs because the Root Rider nerf means you should bring less of them. They're not doing enough damage. The hero equipment, as you can see down the bottom, is pretty standard, except for the Royal Champion, where we're bringing the Royal Gem and the Rocket Spear, and this is by far the best combination for these Root Rider spam attacks. So we use the Siege Barracks on one side, a couple of super barbs on the other, and then it's just about getting as many troops as possible in this Warden ability. We get a couple of Headhunters as well, so they're going to go and slow down the heroes. Then we use a double Rage. Now obviously a level 15 Rocket Spear, still going to take some ores to get it, so if you don't have the ores yet, start saving up now. You might be able to get enough in time, but keep in mind at Town Hall 16 you can get all the way to a level 27 spear, so in the grand scheme of things level 15 is really low. But today hopefully I can show you that even if you have a low level spear, it is far better than using the other hero equipment. So the Root Rider spam's coming in here. We've got the King with most of the Root Riders on the top side and the Queen split to the other side. But have a look at this here as we put our second overgrowth down. My King's really low on hit points, and we've had to use his ability right now, and that's a problem because on these ring bases generally you want to save your King ability for when the second overgrowth ends to gut out the core of the base. The King is amazing at that. Now we've used the Queen ability as well, so we've got no hero abilities except the Royal Champion. And don't get me wrong, when you're using the normal Royal Champion hero equipment of the Hog Puppet and the Haste Vial, it is really strong, but its biggest weakness is the Town Hall Poison, because the Haste Vial doesn't really do as much when the RC is stuck in the Town Hall Poison, and obviously the Hogs get completely and utterly melted. And have a look at this here. My RC is gonna have to go through the Town Hall Poison to triple this base. Except not anymore. The Rocket Spear is your newest contingency plan. Have a look at this. We stay out of the Town Hall Poison. Well, we still are in the Town Hall Poison, but we stay out of it for the most part. And look at this. The Rocket Spear one-shots all those final buildings, deals with the Clan Castle as well. And now with the Rocket Spear, even at level 15, it is another way to finish off the base with Root Rider spam. I cannot recommend this hero equipment enough, even if it's low level. I forgot to say in the last attack, but by bringing the Royal Gem and the Rocket Spear, your Royal Champion does get a whole lot of extra DPS, and if she's going to survive for a long time, you are going to earn back the value easily, not just with the Rocket Spear ability, but with the passive stats as well. Now we're coming in with Warden Charge Mass Rocket Balloons. This is the easiest fireball attack strategy in the game, and not only that, it's extremely strong as well. So we got the Warden Charge on the top side, then this Flame Flinger. You just use the Flame Flinger wherever it can work here. So I'm just waiting for the cannon to go down here. Then I'm going to put the Valk down, tank that mortar, and now the Flame Flinger is safe. So let's go back to the Warden Charge here. With the Warden Charge, you just want to find a building that you're targeting. So for me here, that is the Multi-Inferno. Now, unfortunately for me, the Scatter shot at the Valk and splashed onto the Flame Flinger, and then the Mortar targeted the Flame Flinger as well. So not a great outcome for us there, but oh well. The Flame Flinger is still alive, thankfully. So we're targeting the Multi-Inferno here with the Fireball. Worth noting, my Fireball in this attack is level 20 to use 2 Earthquakes to finish off every building except the Eagle Artillery on the base. You do need a level 20 Fireball. In the past I've said level 18, but I didn't realize the upgrade to level 20, you do get 100 extra damage on the Fireball. So yeah, bring a level 20 Fireball. Obviously, it does take a bit of ores to get there, but if you've been upgrading it slowly since the Fireball came out, you should have it close to level 20 by now, and it's definitely worth having. So I'm going to put the King and Queen on the top side. By the way, I haven't talked about the Royal Champion for this attack. Let's get into doing that right now. Instead of the Royal Gem, we're going to be bringing the Seek and Shield, because the Royal Champion's not meant to live for that long in this attack. She's just meant to clear out a compartment, and let's go right away here. So I pop instantly. The Seek and Shield goes and does a lot of damage to these buildings, and then the Royal Champion's going to snipe from range. Now, Don't get me wrong, if I had the Haze Vial and the Hog Puppet, I probably would have cleared these buildings anyway. But if there's something you don't know, there is... Look, all those skeleton traps there, so that would have made it really difficult. And there's also a couple of giant bombs in that compartment. They haven't come up yet, but they definitely are there. You'll see them at the end. So the giant bombs would have completely taken out the hogs, and the skeletons would have held up the Royal Champion. So by taking the Rocket Spear, you essentially guarantee the damage. And that's what I really like about it. Yeah, you might not get as much damage. The potential might not be as high as the Haste Vial and the Hog Puppet, but it's guaranteed damage. You can see at the very top of the screen the giant bomb that went off there. So the Hogs would have been wrecked by that and the Scatter Shot, and the RC would have been held up on the Skeletons. So why use those abilities, come in with the Seeking Shield and the Rocket Spear, and guarantee your damage output. And lastly, we're going to finish off with Mass Drag Spam on a ring base. And with Mass Drags, we always want to start out with the Flame Flinger, even if there isn't much Flame Flinger value. Now, as I show you the hero equipment I'm using here, if you've got a keen eye, you'll notice the pet combination is a little bit wild. We've got the Phoenix on the Royal Champion. Now, before I go into that, I want to show you this. I put down the Giant whilst that Archer Tower is still up, and I put it closest to a wall that's weakened, so it targets that's not inside the Mortar dead zone. So now the Mortar is shooting at the Giant and the Flame Flinger safe. But the Phoenix on the Royal Champion, why are we doing that? Well, I decided it after I did this attack once, and you'll see in the clip here, I'm running the Fox on the Royal Champion, but because the Royal Champion hadn't taken any damage early, I popped the ability quite late, and she's not able to get all her spears off before she goes down. The Fox got completely wrecked, and the Royal Champion does too. So I decided after that, yeah, the Fox is really strong, but if you can't keep the Fox alive until your Royal Champion pops the ability, it's better to bring the Phoenix, because you essentially guarantee that the RC gets all the spears off in time. So we're going to bring the Frosty with the King. Obviously, it is nice having the Phoenix with the King, but the Frosty's really not that bad with the King at all. The Frosty, in my opinion, is quite underrated. So we're going to use the 2 zaps here to get rid of the 1 sweeper we're going into. It's just 2 spells. You drop 2 free spells for it. Definitely worth it. And we're coming with the Mass Drags on the right-hand side. The Flame Flinger's put in insane work. The King and Queen has done the same. Unfortunately, my Warden's not following that many of my dragons. I was kind of hoping he would. So look at how many dragons we missed with the Warden ability there, but not much we can do. Queen ability goes off, the Flame Flinger opens, but it got insane value. We're freezing the Town Hall, Skeleton spell goes down, and we're about to come in with the Royal Champion, and the second reason to not use your Fox is right here. So I'm going after the Ricochet Cannon here. If I had the Fox, my Fox would target the Ricochet Cannon. There's no trash buildings in the area for it to target, and the Fox would have been wrecked. It probably would have just lived, because the Ricochet Cannon went down quickly. But yeah, the Fox definitely would have gone down, because there's no trash buildings for it to go after. Whereas by bringing the Phoenix, you don't have to worry about any of that nonsense. RC's coming in here. We use a freeze for the dragons because they are dying out. Now, the Royal Champion does go down quickly afterwards, but that's completely fine. She's done her job on the base, clearing out the back end. Look, she goes down here, but we get an extra 7 seconds of her, and we also get the Phoenix to help out with cleanup. Yeah, it doesn't seem like the smartest thing to do, but it's the easiest thing to do here, particularly when there's no trash buildings or your Royal Champion's in a lot of trouble. But let us know down below, are you going to use the Rocket Spear in your attack strategies? That was the point of today's video, to show you, even at low level, it can improve and bring a new dynamic to your favorite attack strategies. By the way, we did do a video on all of these 3 attack strategies, and we went in more detail about how to use it. So if you want to learn about it, we will link that on the left. Cannot recommend that video enough. It is tailored for after the Root Rider nerf, so you know all the info on it is current.